A day in the life of the Jetta. I picked up one of the bigger Hondas. I got two of these. It's a 3813 2-cylinder, water cooled, and I drove it here to Walmart on the way home to get a battery. They didn't have any $20 batteries. I was forced to buy a 300 cold cranking amp. I really probably needed a car battery because of the terminals, but I wasn't sure what was fit in there. The only one I saw that was kind of small was over $100. And that's not happening. They have $54 ones in other locations, so I just bought it. So when I stick the battery in it, I get next to nothing. I do hear a little bit of solenoid noise in the dash, but not the starter solenoid. So I get in here and apply back the boots and stick a screwdriver from there to this wire. I do hear the solenoid click, nothing happens. I jump to this one, nothing. Jump direct from that to that, nothing. So I start tapping with a small hammer on the end of this as I'm doing it, nothing. So I'm thinking, oh man, what's this starter going to cost? And just keep tapping and keep sparking, and then the starter starts to work. So it's cranking. And I also spun the fan over, and when doing so, if you can see that drive shaft down in there, it does turn the drive shaft, so it is straight across. So it's a 2-cylinder, vertical, kind of leaned over, water cooled. It's like, man, of course I take my screwdriver and I dig grass out of every little orifice. This guy kept a dirty tractor. And I lube stuff with my Walmart special lube here. Every little thing I see. So I was getting it to crank, and then I'm like, oh man, that's all it's doing. So I take the fuel line off, and it's bone dry. So I was using ether, but the tip on the lubricant's better. So I'm filling up the red line back. And must have a fuel pump because the tank's under the seat. Filled it up, put some Lucas in it. So as I'm tinkering and just wondering, oh man, what's the fuel pump going to cost? It's probably under the seat. I'm going to Google where it even is. I had left the key on and the hose off, and I noticed it was bubbling out, and not really hard. I'm like, wait a minute, hooked it up. This thing runs so sweet. The throttle was a little high. I don't know if you can see that spring bouncing around. It was just revving like crazy, so I was going to stretch the spring, and then I saw that there are 3 holes up front, and it was in the tightest hole. So I put it in the least tight hole, and it idles great. The throttle. Man, this is one sweet tractor. It reminds me of a Gold Wing. Like, man, it makes you want to run out and buy a Gold Wing. You see them for under $1,000 now, some of the early ones. But man, I'm looking forward to cutting with this thing. I guess I haven't turned the deck on. I got some bags that are pretty close. Alright, just pop it on and off real quick. Let's see where that is. I thought it had an electric, oh there you go. It's got a clutch up here. Let's see. it moves, but it's stuck. It's stuck. Yeah, I'll get underneath it. Just like everything with it, a couple tractors that I've got, everything is just like stuck. So I'll unload all this crap and get this thing off of here. I did see it move some. I don't think I'm going to be picking this one up on its back. So anyway, I'm excited. It's called a HT3813. Man, what a sweet tractor. This is probably by far my favorite tractor. Alrighty, more later. I swear I'm hitting the buttons. It's like my fingers don't register. Hope you like looking at a Honda.